DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hi.
Hello everybody, and welcome to DreamWeavers StarTrax. I am Karen Zai, and this is our beautiful producer, Desiree Fahey.
Hello everyone.
And we are going to have an incredible guest in a little bit, but I'm not going to tell you about that yet. I'm going to tell you what we do. Who's missing? Is someone missing?
I think so.
It's like, I don't know. It's girl power today. Ren is not here today. I'm sorry, you guys. We're going to miss the acting dude, but he'll be back next week.
Absolutely.
So we like to say at DreamWeavers StarTrax, DreamWeavers ROI, run on imagination.
Absolutely.
Helping the world one story, one artist at a time.
Yep.
And that's what we do. I'm a singing teacher. Miss Desiree does everything. She's our producer, and she does all the production on our film shoots, and she's my best friend, just saying.
Aww.
And I am a singing teacher, a singer, and a songwriter. And at the top of the show, we like to do something called The Tip of the Day.
The Tip of the Day.
And so, since Ren isn't here, I'm not going to tell you about acting, because I don't know if I'm a good actor.
That's his thing.
That's his thing.
That's
it ain't
his
my
thing.
But we're going to talk about singing. Okay, last week we talked about how do you find out who you are as a singer. Okay, so I hope I covered that. You guys can chat in live, or you can text me at 702-324-6065 if you have any other questions about that. But what I'm going to talk about is something that people ask me all the time as a singing teacher, and that's like, how do I get a label deal?
That's
it's important, right?
Absolutely.
How do you get a label deal? Well, times have changed, people. Okay, it used to be, you know, somebody'd hear you singing on the sidewalk or in a club, and they go, "Oh my God, you're amazing." Pretty much that's not how the labels do it anymore at all. When you have YouTube, Reverb Nation, you can get your own songs loaded up on iTunes and all of the Spotify and Rhapsody and everything. The times have changed. Some people have regular CDs, but a lot of times they have digital downloads. So to get the notice of a label, and believe me, I have lots of students that have label deals, you have to have a presence already, which means you have to have fan base.
Yeah.
People have to know who you are, and they have to already be buying your songs. Now, the good news is that you can record them at home if you have to. If you have budget, which you can crowdfund to do that, such as GoFundMe or Kickstarter. You know, if mom and dad can help you with it, that rocks. Or if you got a good job, you know, you can go and record it in a recording studio. But you can upload it on YouTube and YouTube and iTunes by going to, I love this site, TuneCore. And you make a lot more money than you do with a label. But say you want a label deal. Okay, you better get known. You better sell enough. Now, how many is that? How much of that do you have to have? About a fan base of 250,000.
Wow.
Which means you better be really good at YouTube and all the social media sites. You know, a lot of stuff's happening on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right, promote. Record a song, at least one. Do the YouTube video. Get your views on YouTube. They have all kinds of tutorials that tell you how to get views on YouTube. Upload your stuff to Reverb Nation. That's another place, because you kind of, in Reverb Nation, you get support from other artists, mostly.
There you go.
And then they talk about you know, if you can't get a gig because you want to build your fan base live, if you can't get a gig by yourself, you don't know how to do that, befriend some people that have gigs, talk them into letting you open for them. How do you do that? Go to open mics. Go to jam sessions, you know, go to bandmix.com and upload that you're looking for a band and or people to network with. These are all different sites and different social media ways that you can get known, but you have to have a presence if you want the labels to notice you. That's when they'll send an A&R guy, an artist representative, to check you out. And we'll talk about that later, because just because you're signed doesn't mean that people are going to buy your stuff or you're even going to get out there. So we'll talk about that on another show. Any questions, let me know.
So who do we have coming up?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We have RosannaTelford. RosannaTelford. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go to Latin. She is an amazing singer. Watch this.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Absolutely. And who's this
Hello,
wonderful young lady?
ladies.
Hello.
This is the gorgeous RosannaTelford, who is a singer,
Yes.
and she does all kinds of music. I'm telling you what, I love her Latin stuff. I mean, I love all her stuff, but I heard her Latin stuff, and those of you that know me know that I was backup singer for a Latin artist for 13 years, and so that's kind of like one of my heart things. But we want to find out about RosannaTelford. How did you get here?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to the show.
Oh, I love you.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. Okay.
You're so fresh.
Yes. And we met recently.
We just met recently?
Yeah, recently. But sometimes people click, and it's wonderful.
We seriously clicked.
Yeah, we clicked, and
Rosanna had a voice lesson, and
yes.
she's amazing. She blew me away.
And it's funny. It was my first voice lesson, and I've been singing basically all my life, but I never really took a voice lesson, and I'm thinking maybe I should do something to get a little better,
How can she get better? You saw that from the video.
No, you can get better if you have the right teacher. So I got online, like Corinne was saying, and you look, and I actually put best vocal teachers in Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
Nice.
And a bunch, not a bunch, about 6 came up, and I saw Corinne, and something attracted me to her.
I didn't know that. She didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you didn't. Oh, surprise! And I looked at you and that in a Latin accent like that too. That was
And
a
she's
surprise.
so cute.
And so, and I said, maybe we know people in common. So I Facebooked you, and I saw we had a lot of friends in common.
A lot of friends in common.
And so that's how I Facebooked you, and that's how we got to meet. And
Right. Racine, you sang with her. I came to see you sing before
Yes.
we had our lesson, and Racine, who is a student of mine,
she told me.
sang with you, and I was surprised when you asked her to come up on stage, and I turned around and you said, Racine, come up on stage, and I went, what? And turned my head, and there was Racine.
But you know what? One of the neat things was that that I liked about you.
What?
For everyone to know. Okay,
That's
I asked
sweet
her. I
of you.
said, I would love for you to come and watch me singing at one of my gigs because, I want you to see what I'm doing bad. And she said, no, I'm going to go see what you're doing good. Okay, that is already a positive person that's going to bring positive things to your life. So if you're looking for
precious of
someone to really help you out and everything, she's right.
Oh, how sweet
Aquí,
of you.
ella está aquí, okay? Sí.
Mucho gracias.
Con muchísimo
Bonita
gusto.
mujer.
Okay.
So she's an amazing person, as you all see. And now, I was in love before, and now I'm crazy mad in love because, I'm a Leo, right? As you guys know, so it's all about me. So Rosanna, I mean, you can hear, she speaks Spanish very fluently. However, she's not from, she was born in Virginia, but you were raised in Costa Rica, which is where we want to retire. Just saying, hi, Costa
Absolutely.
Ricans. We'll come do a workshop there because we want to. So how did you get to Vegas? Just real quick.
Well, first of all, Desiree, I love that, but I like to say it in Spanish.
I like it in Spanish.
Desiree. That
Desiree.
sounds,
I didn't
Desiree
know
sounds so nice. But how can I say it that quickly? Okay, I was doing a lot of things. A lot of things were happening in Costa Rica because I also cook. I'm a baker. I used to be a baker. I had a bakery, and
didn't
my
know
kids.
that.
I know, we're learning all sorts of stuff.
My kids were all grown up, and I used to sing at some casinos. And some Americans would say to me, "You should go to Vegas. You're going to make a lot of money if you go to Vegas." And I'm going, "Okay, well, yeah, maybe. I don't know anyone in Vegas. Okay, but I have a lot of bills to pay. Maybe if I go for 2 years, I'll go 2 years, and then I'll come back and pay everything." I came here, didn't know anyone. They don't pay that much.
Not anymore.
Still trying to pay my bills, but it's good. But I've met wonderful people, and I've been very blessed.
That's awesome.
But she's going to make a lot of money. So I want you guys to, Des and I, and beautiful Miss Rosanna, want you to come back.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Segment 2.
Segment
We'll
2.
rock your boat.
No puedo vivir
Ooh, I like
si me faltas tú.
How cool is this?
I know it.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.
How cool was that?
Whoa, girlfriend can sing in
Wow.
Spanish and Portuguese
Yeah.
and English. How cool is that?
Yeah, well, it's funny because it depends on what you like. I love Brazilian music, obviously.
Ugh, love it.
Any performer, singer, we love it because of the feeling, it has. And my grandmother was from Brazil.
Okay.
So,
So you have some Brazilian.
I have
blood,
Brazilian, and my mother is from Paraguay.
Too. Oh my
So
God.
it's all from that side
Right.
of
Oh,
there. But and the Spanish part, obviously, growing up in Costa Rica and the Latin music. But I really didn't speak Portuguese. I had to study Portuguese because I didn't speak Portuguese with my grandmother. My grandmother grew up in Paraguay.
Oh,
So
right.
she spoke another language they speak in Paraguay called Guarani, which is a
Oh.
language of the indigenous people.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yes,
I was
and the
actually studying
music
that.
of
Right.
the Guarani people is amazing. But anyway, so I studied Portuguese, and then I started singing in Portuguese, which I love. So
That is
yeah.
well. I can't. We were talking about it, and your Latin stuff. I mean, I love your jazz stuff. I love your pop stuff. I love everything that you do. However, you are so amazing for me. When you sing the Latin stuff. So we were talking, and I told her there really aren't a whole bunch of Latin bands in Las Vegas anymore. And I think those of you that want to hire a Latin singer or a jazz singer, definitely Miss Rosanna.
And not only that, one that looks Latin.
Right.
Okay, one that
Looks Latin.
I'm not saying anything. Okay, because I know there are bands out there that do Latin music, but do not look Latin.
Right,
Okay.
right.
But you want someone that looks Latin.
Yeah, so Rosanna was actually raised in Latin America, so that helps.
That
right?
helps. Yes.
Right, and
yes.
and so here you are in Vegas, and it's got a huge Hispanic community, but just not a lot of Latin music in the casinos. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
Let me
Yes.
put it that way. I mean, there's a lot of parties and events and stuff like that. But so I'm on my own crusade
Aw,
to
that's nice.
get Rosanna like this whole Latin presence and to do the corporate stuff. So any of you that are looking for a great Latin singer, let's
Muchas gracias. Sí, me llaman y yo
Sí.
canto para todos ustedes.
see.
Just really quickly, I wanted to talk about the outfit that you were wearing, your wardrobe that you were wearing in the piece that we just saw.
Okay, well, that was my very first show I did at the Italian American Club.
Okay.
And I was telling a story called, the show was called Pieces of My Life, and it was a story of a musical trip of why I am who I am and how I got to where I am right now. So it's all the music that affected me. So my grandparents used to listen to certain styles of music.
Okay.
And that was the opening song. And Rita Hayworth, she sang that song, Amado Mío. Okay? So I saw the video, and I saw the dress, and I loved it. I went to LA. I went downtown LA to the fabric district and bought the material most similar, got it made, got everything made, and that's how that came out.
Oh my
I
God.
like that.
And
And we're
What a
definitely going to have to
great
talk more about the story behind that. I'm really interested into.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That's and the Italian American Club is a great venue. I've
Oh,
done
it's
shows
great,
there
and I
before.
love them there. And then Ben and Jimmy and everyone that's there, they're
And
great
the food
people.
rocks.
And the food is
It's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, I love
Yes,
it. We did
yes.
Frankie and Sherry there.
Oh, gotcha.
Mark
Okay.
Maynard was on
Yes,
the show, my
yes.
Frankie Valli
Yes,
tribute
yes.
I love
partner.
Mark.
And yes, because we'll talk about why she knows about the tribute artists in segment 3.
Yes.
That's really cool. So, and I want to mention very, very quickly that she has a son and a daughter who are both professional singers in
Yes.
Costa Rica. Am I correct? Are they still in
Yes,
Costa Rica?
my son is in Costa Rica. My daughter is in between Sweden and LA.
And we'll be talking about that more. But I want you to watch this because not only does Rosanna sing Latin music, she sings jazz too.
One word and and I yelled timber. Watch out for flying glass. Well, the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout. I bet this is it, this is it. I was walking along.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.
I want that dress.
Oh,
I want that dress. Oh my God, that was that great?
totally a girl moment.
And it's a long,
Yeah, it's a
big
gown.
puffy. It's a
Gown.
wow.
It rocks,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, it's-
So you were saying that you were telling the story of your life, and that was that the part when you got to Las Vegas and
No. That was I have to right now kind of remember, but I started out with the Latin part. Then I went into the part in high school. I was Dorothy in The Sound of Music, and then I was Sandy in Grease. So I did Sandy.
You look
also.
like Sandy.
I put a blonde wig on and a pajama thing and came out doing "Hopelessly Devoted to You." So I did that one, and then I had to
love it.
run back,
I
but
love
I
it.
pre-recorded my voice so that I could change. All right.
Yeah.
And there was one special friend that was going to be on the show, and he couldn't make it. So I didn't have someone to fill in for that part. So what am I going to do? So I took my microphone backstage, and I'm talking to everyone while I'm getting
while you're
dressed.
doing it, and that
yes.
dressing room's not the best dressing room on the
And
planet.
I'm going like, right
They're
now,
storing chairs
okay,
and stuff in
I'm
it.
taking off my wig, and I'm getting dressed, and you could hear everyone laughing, okay?
You're in the dressing room talking.
Because I'm talking, and then Maria and the Sound of Music, and the jazz part, and then the other things that were going on, and yeah.
So that sounds like an incredible show.
It was. It was.
But and you're doing your jazz stuff around town. That's what I saw mostly that you were doing when I came and saw you at the restaurant. And this is time to plug where you're playing.
Okay, this is a good time to say that tomorrow night I will be at Trattoria Reggiano. You see it in Italiano. If you go American, you go Trattoria Reggiano. No. You go Trattoria Reggiano, and that's in downtown Summerlin Mall.
We
And
gotta
it's
go
right
there.
next to
Yes.
the Regal Theaters. I'm there from 8 to 11.
And I was there, and they have the best eggplant parmesan like ever.
Oh, they are, and
was great.
and the people there, they're wonderful. They're
Really sweet.
Frank and Vito, and the food and everything. And I don't, to me, I don't really consider myself like a jazz singer because I don't scat. I love standard jazz. I
Right,
love
the jazz
old,
standards.
Old music.
But
yeah.
what you did is what I saw, and there's like a zillion female jazz singers in Las Vegas,
Yeah, yes, and
because
wonderful
they think all
ones.
Vegas, and great singers. But you had a feel that was so different. How did you come up with that? And for those singers of you that she had vocal arrangements of jazz standards that I've never heard anybody do before. Most people they'll go to Sarah Vaughan, or they'll go to Billie Holiday, or they'll go to Ella Fitzgerald, or they'll go to Diane Shore, and they'll kind of copy them a little bit. But you had a few arrangements there that I was just like, what? And we talked about that last week in the tip of the day, finding out who you are as a singer.
Yep.
And you were doing that.
And it's not easy. It really isn't easy to find your own styles. Sometimes I don't know if I have my own style. I just do things. When I came here and I found all these amazing singers, I said, "Oh my God, what am I going to do here?
Be
I have
you."
to do something different." And there's so many songs in Spanish that are just as famous in English,
And
but
that's
people don't
important.
know that. And so I can sing half of it in Spanish and transition over to English.
Right. So she'll do like the
Right.
beginning of the song in
Yes.
Spanish, and then the second verse chorus.
For example, what a difference a day makes. In Spanish, it's cuando vuelva a tu lado, and it's just
so
as
beautiful.
famous. They're both #1 hits, and written by a woman,
Oh, I didn't
I
know
did
that.
not know that either.
Argentinian
I
woman.
had no
okay?
idea.
So it was first written in Spanish, and then it was turned
That was
to English.
transition from Latin, and it's
Yes.
There you
history
go.
lesson, people.
Absolutely.
History lesson.
Yes.
Go, Miss Rosanna.
No.
I mean, not only is she beautiful, she's smart and well educated and crazy talented.
Oh, come on.
and fun to play with.
Just crazy.
Well, you fit in right here, don't you? I'm just saying that. So really quick, we have 15 seconds. You said that your daughter is known in Sweden and Costa Rica, and how many?
Right now she's on Spotify as Mish Cat. You can follow her. All the songs are hers, and she has 9 million followers.
Wow.
Oh, we got to get Mish Cat on the show.
Absolutely.
Well,
All
We're going to be back in a
We
few
will be
minutes.
right back.
And we have much more of Miss Rosanna Telford. We'll be seeing you in a sec.
Tanto tiempo disfrutamos este amor, nuestras almas se juntaron tanto así, que yo llevo tu sabor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. If I prove how much I love you with each kiss, would you give your heart and promise me all this? That it's more than just a thrill, that you love me and you will be true to me.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Are back.
We are back with,
Once again.
with Miss Rosanna Telford. I want to say
Absolutely.
this is her Christmas album.
Yes.
And she's doing a new one. She's going
Yes.
next week, actually, to Costa Rica to do a second album. Is it a Christmas album also?
It's also going to be a Christmas album.
How exciting. And where can they buy this?
Well, actually, this CD came out 4 years ago, and both my kids, they sing on the CD
Aw.
with me. It's a beautiful, it really is really nice, and it has different kinds of arrangements. You can get on cdbaby.com,
Oh, and get this.
okay, and you type in my name, Rosanna, with one S and double N, okay, just in case. Telford. You think of a
think I
telephone and the car Ford. Telford. So you just, and the name of the CD is Every Day's Christmas, and
It's a great CD.
you know,
It
it's
is
really
great.
nice, especially Sleigh Ride. I love it because I want to do it different. It's in a samba.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
She's
Yes.
got her own
Yeah.
flavor, her own arrangements vocally. I just love it. So as you saw again, that was her singing in Spanish again, and I just love it. So here we are in Vegas. Okay, and you're singing it mostly the Italian restaurant. I mean, the Italian restaurants, right?
Yeah.
And because that's kind of where the solo singers and the duos are singing.
No, I was doing what you said. You know, I was going to open mics and seeing. You know what? Maybe I should be talking like this because, or else
Yeah.
I don't sound like I'm Latina.
Yeah.
Should I be talking like this? Maybe a
That
little
might-
bit
that
better.
might-
That
yeah,
might
it's not
help
gonna
a little
hurt.
bit better.
It's not gonna
That's
hurt.
right.
Okay, Avisa feel Vergara. Okay. anyway. Well, anyway. So I was going to all the open mics and everything, and that, you know, trying to get, you know,
And
singing for free, doing whatever you can do until, you know,
People know who you are.
Absolutely.
Because everybody
Yeah.
comes to Vegas. And I've been here on and off for 30 years. I mean, that's a long time. And we played every casino, most of the showrooms. You know, I've done the lounges. I've done the horrible, crummy little bars. I even played at Dino's down on Las Vegas Boulevard, which was the first lounge in Las Vegas. Yeah, that was actually a fun gig. But, I mean, honey, it's kind of a dive. But it's fun.
never
So
been there.
I've done everything that you could do here. And it sometimes you're doing the big gigs, sometimes you're doing the little gigs, but everybody thinks they're going to come to Vegas as a singer, and they're just going to like make $1 million. And there are some people here making a lot of money, but even the big names, you know, they've got the gig and they're in the showrooms and they're doing great, and then their contract is up, and then boom, you know, they're back in the lounge or reinventing
or
themselves.
people say, you know, listen, sorry, you have to pay your dues.
Yep.
You can't just expect to get here and I can understand that.
and you got
I
to know
understand.
people here. So if you come to
Yes.
Vegas and you decide that you want to break in here, be patient. It's going to take 4, 5, 6 years to bust in, unless you're related to some producer here or, you know, somebody in the biz or someone that owns a casino.
Or you're so different, like you
Right.
have 3 heads and 4 voices come out of them
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
You know,
Right.
of course you're going to get a gig.
And
you
then,
know?
and then David Sachs or Cirque is going to hire you.
Exactly.
And you're going to get there.
Yes.
So, but hang in there. Do due
Yes.
diligence.
Yes.
Keep your craft up. I mean, one of the things that we talked about when Rosanna contacted me about singing lessons was, you know, you're great, you're amazing, but let's keep your voice healthy. Let's keep it functioning. Let's make sure that you understand when you open up your mouth exactly what's coming out and you're in control of it. Because us singers that have been around a long time know that sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And it's real easy to sing when everything's 100%.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Of course.
But those days when you're tired or you're sick or, you know, you're
yes, that's
you're
true.
stressed, you yelled at the kids. whatever.
Well, I don't have to yell at anybody anymore.
Right.
Yay.
Her kids are grown, like mine.
So we'll be right back. Watch this.
Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Patsy Cline. Okay, you look exactly like her.
Just like her.
She does. She really does with her hair up, and that dress is exactly what Patsy wore. That exact dress. And how do I know this? Because actually, Patsy, I think, died the year I was born, which is a long time ago, people. But I was a Patsy Cline impersonator in a show out at State Line, and it was funny because I don't look anything like Patsy. I look like a Jewish Patsy Cline. Nobody knew who I was, but I sound like her. And you sound exactly like her. And so that was another reinventing of yourself.
That wasn't easy because sounding like Patsy Cline.
Because Rosanna doesn't have the same instrument as Patsy. And we've
Exactly.
talked about that.
Exactly.
But she still made it work. Because Patsy, had that really silky mezzo.
Exactly. And it's, and people know that she's not here anymore, but if you can kind of like sound and maybe look a little bit and have the illusion.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it creates.
Right.
And that's what people want.
And people don't, the young people don't know who Patsy Cline is,
Right.
but sing Crazy, I Dare You, and they'll know the
They'll
song.
know the song.
They'll
Yes,
know the song.
yes.
And all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, because people, okay, and I'm going to say something here in a minute, but people, those of you that absolutely love Carrie Underwood and love Taylor Swift, Patsy Cline was the first one that brought a pop sound to country music.
Exactly.
So she's the great-grandmother of new country. Basically.
Exactly.
So I want you to take a look at this beautiful lady, and who else does she look like? Shania Twain. Right? She
I
looks
wasn't
like
even
Shania
thinking
Twain.
about
Shania Twain. And, okay, for you guys that will know, some of you younger guys might not know who Shania is, but you guys know who Katy Perry is.
Yes.
She looks like Katy Perry, too.
Oh.
So
I never got so many nice compliments.
well, she's
so
gorgeous.
happy.
She's
Okay.
gorgeous. And so when you're, and I tell everybody all the time, as a singer, say, this is what I do. Well, you know what? We would all love, it's the, I've got a thing here. It's light. I thought there was a hole in my shirt. You have to reinvent yourself, and you have to be able to do everything. If you want to be a working singer, say, I want to be a recording artist. Well, hopefully that'll happen like immediately, but 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. So what do?
You do so.
You sing
I
everything.
can tell you something. When I came here, I never, ever, ever in my life thought I'd be doing somebody else.
Right.
No, I wanted to be me. I wanted to be
Right.
Rosanna.
Right.
But you don't make money being Rosanna. Not at that time. Now I will.
Right.
But at that moment, that's when I met Rob Garrett. That
Right.
he has
Hey,
a
Rob,
tribute
what's
agency. He has a tribute
agency, and I used to sing with him because he's Neil Diamond impersonator, and I did
Exactly.
Barbra Streisand.
He's the number one
You don't bring me flowers
anymore.
Yeah, we did that one.
Well, so then he asked me one day, do you think you can pull off a Patsy Cline? And I said, to tell you the truth, I know one of her songs, and I sing it like me. He goes, well, you have 2 months to turn into her, because there's a show up in Palm Springs, and it's with a Willie Nelson impersonator, and they need a Patsy Cline. So I had to learn actually how to talk a little bit like that, and find the right accent, because no one really knew how she spoke, because she really never spoke to anybody on live on television.
Right, yeah,
they know how she sounded.
Exactly.
So I had to learn how to sing, and it wasn't easy getting into that range. And then, but it came out good.
Oh, she sounds great as a Patsy Cline.
And then Connie Francis.
I want to bring that up.
Yeah.
Connie Francis.
Yes. She's more like me. She's more kooky. She's more kooky like me, and more
Right.
hyper and like this and that.
Right.
I have a funny story. Maybe I can tell later on if we have some time about the Connie Francis part.
Right. So if any of you guys want to book a tribute artist for your party or for a show you have,
Or not a tribute artist, just
or,
me.
or Miss Rosanna.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Yes.
Right? And those of you guys that don't know who Connie Francis is, look it up. It's from my time. From my time, people. And I'm 24, so there.
We all are.
I have shoes I've had for 24 years. We'll see you in a sec.
See you in a sec.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Is she
Right.
gorgeous or what? It's killing me. It's killing me.
Oh,
You saw
come
those
on.
different
The
looks
different
she
looks
has?
with the hairstyles and the costumes and the outfits and just
That's what
Those-
it's all.
I
That's
love
what it's
that.
all
Gowns.
about. You know, that's
Those
what it's all about.
Gowns. She's gorgeous and she's in great shape and she sings her beep off.
Well,
So
I can tell you, it's not easy because you have to really, like you say, you have to keep in shape and
Yeah.
you know.
can't eat them French fries and cheeseburgers.
And you have no idea. Sometimes I get out of a gig and I'm going, I want a hamburger. I want to go. And sometimes I fall and I go.
Sometimes
And
we do that.
Yeah, we
Sometimes
do
we
that
do,
sometimes. But
If we
yeah.
didn't, I wouldn't be wearing this floppy shirt.
Okay.
Just saying. So now, you guys, it's all about you. It's audience questions. But we talked a little bit, just right quick, I want to go here. We talked about your daughter and said that she has 9 million hits, but her son, who is a cutie, is in Costa Rica.
Yes,
Am I
he's
correct?
in Costa Rica.
And he's a singer, too.
He's a singer and he does Frank Sinatra.
Is he really?
And he does James Taylor. And
that's sounding
and he speaks Japanese and he speaks French and Spanish and English, and he sings in all these languages, and he is an amazing singer. And not only that, his presence when he's there, and you can check him out on YouTube if you put Danielle, like Daniel, and man, Danielle Gonzalez with double Z Telford, and he was in a contest that was like American Idol. He's gonna kill me after this. But anyway, so he was in a contest when he was 16.
And I'm telling you what, he's adorable, you guys. And I have to say this. For those women, and I know this is the time to answer questions, but I have to say this because Rosanna personifies this. You know, we always dreaming about the guy we're going to marry, so we get married, we have kids, blah, 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 and we give up on our dream. Rosanna never gave up on her dream, and look at how her kids turned out. They're both professional singers living their dream because they saw her living hers.
Absolutely.
And that is
That's
so
great.
important. Ladies, it's never too late.
Never,
And,
ever too
and,
late.
and your kids are going to mimic what you show them is possible. So that's my soapbox. I've just got
Exactly.
Just
Listen,
gotta say.
if you believe in yourself, you're giving that example to your kids. Okay?
Exactly.
So if my daughter sees that I'm trying and I'm fighting, and my son, and when I hear them saying, "Mom, we are so proud of you. We are so proud of you," that is almost more important than all this coming here.
everything else.
Yes.
Exactly.
Agreed.
So sorry to take the question time, but I thought that was important. Yes.
Yes.
So Miss Des, what we got?
All right, so we have a question from Miguel. He's from San Antonio, and he says, how different is it to perform in the U.S. compared to internationally?
Internationally, depends on where it is. For example, I don't know. It depends on what country. Let's say if I go to Mexico, maybe I'll sing more rancheras. I'll sing more.
Okay.
For you Americans, rancheros.
Yeah, rancheras is like Mexican music. But each place is so different. I've been in Spain, but people all love standard songs. Everyone loves Frank Sinatra. Okay, everybody
Frank
loves
Sinatra.
Elvis Presley.
Huge fan.
Yes, and so let's say if I sing a Frank Sinatra song, I'll sing it my style of way,
Yeah.
and people love that.
Yes.
So you just be yourself. Wherever you go, you be yourself. So that's important. I hope that helped, Miguel. No sé si hablas en español o en inglés, pero espero que haya ayudado.
All I know is she said perro. She said but. But not perro, which means dog. Just say. Okay.
All right, so we have another question here, and this one is from Los Angeles.
Hello.
I apologize, I don't have a name associated with this particular question. How did you come up with the idea to create a show about your story?
Ooh, good question.
That's a good question. Well, I wanted people to know who I was, because I suddenly landed like from outer space here in Las Vegas. Nobody knew who I was, and I wanted to tell people in a special way, because so many people really supported me. I started to get a big fan base, but they didn't know all the things that I had gone through to become who I was. So I wanted to tell them a story, and it was through music. And that's how I do it. That's how that's the way I tell my story.
Beautiful.
So I just picked the special pieces that were important in my life. And when I ended the show, I ended with a Brazilian tune, because as my grandmother, she was from Brazil, and I had incredible musicians. But that was it. That was my idea. Just
That's
making
brilliant.
putting
your
it together.
story.
And I like I was telling you before, I pre-recorded my voice, so my voice was speaking while I was getting dressed.
Oh, so you had a voiceover
Got
speaking,
it.
doing the narration.
Exactly, because I'm a voiceover. I do voiceovers.
That's
if anyone
right.
needs voiceovers or jingles,
Voiceovers, people,
you go.
I forgot about that.
Hi, and welcome to our next show. Please don't forget to tune in next week.
Oh my God.
So I do
love
voiceovers
it.
and I do all that kind of stuff too. So yeah.
That I forgot about that because I'm so focused on the singing. Ren's going to be really sad he wasn't here to talk to you about the voiceover acting.
Yes. All right,
do we
so
have, Miss
we
Des?
have another question from Paulette.
Hey,
And
Paulette, what's
she
up?
is from San Francisco. And she says, is it difficult to convert a song from Spanish to English and vice versa?
Well, if it's already converted, obviously not. But let's say this song specifically that I told you about, What a Difference a Day Makes.
Right.
The words, it has nothing to do one with the other. Okay.
The English
There-
translation.
in the
from
translation,
Spanish.
it has nothing to
Yeah.
do one with the other. Okay. And so you can get a melody, you can get a song in English that you like and change it and put it in Spanish. Maybe, try to get the words or the idea
right
there.
The story of the song.
Exactly, and then you can do it. But you have to have someone that knows the language, so you can
Right.
get it right, and you get the same rhymes, and so it flows with the rhythm of the song.
That's the best explanation I've ever heard, because a lot of the Spanish songs, they're gorgeous and they're very visual.
Yes.
And they're very poetic.
Yes.
But the translation into English,
does
doesn't
not
work.
does not work.
especially because the verbs are at the beginning of the sentence and the nouns are at the end, and that's switched in English.
Yes.
And so the translation definitely won't rhyme right or
Exactly.
meter, where it fits with the notes.
Exactly.
That's just kind of breaking it down a little more, but
Yeah.
that was the best explanation I've ever heard.
Oh, yay!
Rosanna is a superstar.
Yes,
Not
she
at all.
is. All right, so Lisa, who's from Texas,
Hi, Lisa from Texas.
her question is, how many languages do you sing and speak in?
Well, I speak Spanish, English, and Portuguese, and if you want me to make another one up, I can. I can imitate. I sing one song in French. Obviously, it's going to be La Vie en Rose, but you try to pronounce it the right way. Usually, performers, singers, since our ears are tuned to hearing things, it's easier for us to copy the sound of a language
that we don't speak.
that we don't
Yeah.
speak.
Right.
But for right now, it's 3.
For right now. Okay, how many do I speak? One in Spanish backwards.
Okay.
I confuse people because I put my nouns first in my verse.
Okay, and we have one last question. Actually, I guess we have 2 questions left.
Cool.
So one of the questions is, what suggestions would you give to children, coming up in this type of industry?
Well, it just happens to be when I was in Costa Rica, I used to give, believe it or not, singing lessons to little toddlers.
How sweet.
Okay. And it was so wonderful when I would find a child that was maybe a year and a half, and I could sing to them, and they could actually copy or imitate sing it back to me.
Right.
When were there other kids that didn't, and they couldn't, but they can. If you insist and you practice their hearing. And parents and teachers, there's some music teachers out there that are they sing off key, and they're singing to the children off key.
And I teach them.
Okay.
Schools hire me
yes,
to work with them.
but
Yes.
but I would push them and listen and tell them, listen, see here where it's going up or it's going down. Listen, just
Yeah,
listen,
ear training.
listen. Your
Yeah.
training. That's the most important thing. Your
Well,
training.
that's important. If you don't mind me
go.
chiming in here, children until they're the age of 8, their motor skills part of the brain isn't functioning. I mean, it's functioning because they can walk, but it's not.
Yes.
It's not at their height. But the language skill part of the brain is at the height. So they hear nuance in music, and if you teach them music at 2.5 or a year and a half to almost 8 years old, they will learn music as a language, and it will help with their math skills. And you'd be surprised. I've taught these little ones to sight sing, which means you can read music. And I've taught them rhythm clapping. They've clapped 8-bar phrases: 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4 5 up to 8 at 2.5. 1 2 3. I'm trying to hurry because we're out of time.
Yes.
So anyway, Rosanna.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
No, thank
Please
you.
come back
Thank
again.
you so much for
Yes.
inviting
love
me,
you.
and
Yes.
it was wonderful. And hugs and kisses to all of you out there.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions as always.
see you next
We'll
week.
See you next. Oh,
And our,
really quickly.
our guest next week
Yes.
is to be announced.
Aw, surprise.
I don't know.
See you, Star Trekkers.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.